Hello, it is Sarah Weigel, astrologer and leadership coach here from Moon Astrology Tarot. This time we are talking about the moon in Cancer. The moon's at home. This is April 13th through the 15th. Y'all, we've made it to the halfway point of this month. Be with that for a second. Okay. We're getting there. We're getting there. But this moon in Cancer, we will have Mercury in retrograde conjunct Chiron at 19 degrees of Aries. So that's going to be dose number 2 of the Mercury Chiron conjunction. And then, of course, the moon is going to square all of the Aries things, including the first quarter moon square. The moon's also going to trine Saturn, Mars, and Neptune in Pisces. So, okay, let's talk about this, because the moon in Cancer, the moon is, first of all, dignified. He's at home in Cancer, and it's feel your feels, because we are very likely well into the ick, well into it's very uncomfortable, unpleasant, just ugh, right? And there are a lot of people on this planet who do not have permission from themselves or the people around them to feel their feels. So unfortunately, with a first quarter moon square and this Mercury Chiron conjunction, as well as, I didn't even look to see if the moon would be aspecting those two as they meet. I did not look to see what the exact degrees are of that. But either way, it kind of doesn't matter. Energetically, we're going to feel it. But what potentially could happen here is people's emotions, just because they are not releasing them, they're not expressing them, they're not feeling them, they're boiling, right? They're creating disruptions, or even like discomfort in their body. And so because they're not feeling their emotions, they're trying to go with life as normal, quote unquote, as it can go, but it's not normal anymore. It's not comfortable anymore. And so it's really going to be a telltale sign of where we are as a humanity, and where you are in your work. Are you allowing yourself to feel the feels, cry the tears, be angry, be frustrated, be pissed? And honestly, with some of the stuff that's coming out in the world, in the media and whatnot, be pissed. You can be pissed. I encourage it. I encourage you to be angry, because we should be angry at the shit that's been hidden from us. Okay. Okay. All right. I don't know where that little outburst of anger came from, but I think it's because I want you to see that you're allowed. You're allowed permission to be pissed, permission to be sad, permission to be heartbroken, permission to be empathetic, that these things are happening, and that these things have been happening for however long they've been happening. And that it was, that it was that they tried to hide it from us. Okay. It's okay to be angry about that, but it's also okay to be sad and to cry tears and, whatever you need to do. But what I'm saying is that as the moon gets closer to 26 degrees of Cancer, which will be towards the end, which, what did I say? This goes through the 15th. I think it's late in the day on the 15th. So that first quarter moon square will happen with the moon and the sun, the moon in Cancer, the sun in Aries. If by that point, like, something triggers and something comes up, feel the feels around it, and you'll really start to see the split between the people, as in who is able to feel their feelings and express their emotions and take the time to process and be with them, and the people who are not. And we've got a lot of people who are not. I would like to say particularly a lot of men who feel like they're not allowed to be emotional, so they just sort of harbor it in. And I hate to think of the consequences and the repercussions of that, but it's really a real thing. But anyway, so we definitely have some shifting, pendulum shifting going on with the masculine feminine energy. And I do mean energetically within ourselves, and I do mean the men versus the men in the world, and what their experience is of the world right now versus women's. And I'm not saying right or wrong, any of that. No. I'm just saying, like, be attentive to men and what men may be going through right now. And women too. I mean, we've got our own stuff going on, right? So hopefully that makes some sense without Someone coming at me for like PC shit. So anyway, be with all of the things. I know it's getting out there. Um, so let's see what's up with the tarot. Um, the King of Cloaks. Ooh, what's cloaks? Fire? Wands? Fire? King of Cloaks. Upright. So we really could start to see some maturity in the leadership. And this could be within yourself. Does not have to be in the leadership in the world. But you're like your own inner authority, like knowing or trusting that you have access to your own inner authority. So yeah, like what are you we're in a waxing moon, meaning the moon's getting brighter. And so I think like, we oftentimes come to a point where it's like, okay, come hell or high water, I have to do this thing. And it's okay if I get judged or criticized or made fun of or teased or whatever. It's irrelevant because you've got to do it. You're confident in your own inner authority that you got to do it. I've said it so many times on here that like, the people closest to me, like my family and whatnot, they don't get it. They don't get this. They don't get what I do, whether it's personal development, coaching work, or astrology, tarot, all of the things. Like people in my closest, the people that I see in the physical world they don't get it. Some of them want to get it, but they're scared of, somebody finding out that they wanted to watch Sarah's video where she does Star Trek tarot and talks about moon cycles and planets and feelings, and that's just weird, right? But I'm here to tell you it's not weird. So anywho, what's up with the Woodland Warden creatures and plants? You guys like this deck? Should I shake it up a little bit? Maybe around the Scorpio full moon on the 23rd, I might shift up the extra Oracle deck and see. I don't know. I have to feel through that one. Maybe I need to buy a new deck. Okay, we got the mouse and buttercup, and this is the innocence. Oh my goodness. Mm. Okay. So this is going to be a very weird example, but hey, I just said that it's okay to be weird. So think about the difference between a mouse and a rat. Okay, rats are really smart. So if you put like bait out for like, you've got to use different bait for a rat than you do a mouse. We won't talk about why Sarah knows this, but life experience. But like with a mouse, you can bait them. They're easy to bait. All you got to do is put out something that they will eat because they will eat whatever is available, right? Like, so you can put baking soda out because a mouse will probably eat it. And mice can't digest baking soda. It's an effervescent. They cannot digest it. They don't burp. They don't nothing. So they kind of just explode. So, but like you can't do that with a rat. A rat won't eat it. They're smarter than that. They get it. They know that when they know what it'll do, right? So you have to bait them differently. So I feel like that's a very strange way of saying that, like, try all the things because, like, something might resonate for you, and whatnot. But like, also be cautious of being so innocently curious about, oh, you know what? Here we go. So like, innocently curious about, like I cannot just innocently watch kid stuff anymore. I can't do it. I've learned too much about, and I'm not saying don't learn about things, but I'm saying like I can't watch things without thinking about the hidden meaning behind it, whether it's a fun thing, a good thing, a bad thing, an icky, what the fuck were they thinking thing, kind of thing, right? Like how many of you as an adult can watch a Disney, like I can't watch The Lion King and listen to Scar's Be Prepared song without thinking about what that meant for the world. Like it can't be that innocent anymore. not allowed, but I still love the song. I still love the performance of it. I do. But it's like I can't watch stuff with that same innocence anymore because I've learned too much of, So, but I think there is like something good about being innocent and having the innocence to be curious, but there's also something mature and authoritative about the King of Cloaks upright. I think there's something mature and responsible about acknowledging that we're not innocent anymore. We know stuff now. We got to choose accordingly. I don't think I could go to Disney now if I wanted to. First of all, overstimulation, but just what I know about Disney. Uh-uh. I don't think I could watch Nickelodeon stuff anymore and think it's okay. I just can't do it. It's not, uh-uh. Also can't watch Star Trek without thinking, what did Gene Roddenberry know? What did he know that we didn't know, that he basically showed us through the Borg, through the Klingons, through the Bajorans, through the Betazoids? Like, you can't, yeah. Okay, see what wheel we got. Um, Lemon eucalyptus. Ooh, okay, energizes the spirit. Yeah. Um, because I feel like the thing is, this is kind of okay. So the thing is that once we know that there is stuff that we now are aware of that we weren't aware of when we were kids, appreciating these things. Okay, once we're aware of these things, and we're like, it's almost like, when you learn about the hypocrisy of various groups or philosophical belief system, dogmatic thingies like that. It's almost like when you learn that and you're like, well, you know what? I don't do anything half that bad. I actually do good things. And so then we want to like energize your system. So we've tapped into your inner authority. We've unfortunately busted your innocence, but now we get to uplift you into doing the thing you want to do because damn it, it's fun. Okay. I was just watching this dude on TikTok and I kind of like him. He's kind of fun, but he does those like mashup things. So he'll take like The Sound of Silence by Disturbed, and then he did like an AI of Gollum from The Lord of the Rings, and he has Gollum sing The Sound of Silence by Disturbed. That shit's awesome. That shit's awesome. But like that's the thing. Like, a lot of us on TikTok watch Katie Van Slyke and her horses and the foaling and all of the things. There's Tea Time with Emily on TikTok, and that's really what influenced me to get into tea and all of the things that get created because somebody decided that, what, I'm going to do a tea time every day, or I'm going to talk about the baby horses every day, or I'm going to mash up these songs every day and see what the fuck happens. When we are in service to ourselves and our creativity and the rest of humanity, it's not about making money. It's not about how many followers you have. It's about the things that you do that bring joy to people, right? To bring joy to yourself. And I feel like that's where this lemon eucalyptus comes in, because now that you've learned all of the things, right? You've gotten to this mature point, your inner authority, the King of Cloaks upright. It's now time to step into your own and do the thing that makes you happy. That's why Admiral Sarah Chronicles exists. That's why Zodiac tea tasting exists. That's why Moon Astrology Tarot exists. Is because I just kept feeling through. And if you go back to the beginning of my YouTube channel, I wasn't even doing astrology. I was doing coaching and I was doing accessibility, but I wasn't doing astrology. That didn't come till later. And then it was daily tarot, right? Shorts, and then it became Moon Astrology Tarot. So, there's this whole process. And now I'm doing it. I freaking love it. And it may morph into something else. I don't know. Okay, anyway, that's all I got. I rambled enough about this moon Cancer. Thank you so much for tuning in. Of course, as always, please like, comment, all of the things, so that, my channel continues to get people who love Star Trek, who love oils or, aromas, plants, support tools, tea, crazy weird, an Aquarius sun with a Scorpio moon, talking astrology. Thank you so much. I appreciate you. Have a good one.